Here's a long, engaging, and emotional story based on your title, crafted to keep viewers hooked until the end. I've divided it into 2 chapters with a compelling narrative flow suitable for a 100-minute YouTube video. The streets were buzzing with the usual chaos of the city, vendors shouting their wares, tires screeching, and the murmur of hurried footsteps. Yet amidst all that noise, a small boy stood alone near the fountain, his clothes tattered, his shoes barely holding together, and his eyes shining with an unusual determination. People passed him without a second glance, some tossing a coin or two, but most simply walked on. He clutched a small, crumpled piece of paper in his hand. On it, written in shaky letters, were the words that had haunted him every day: "She deserves to walk again." Across the street, in a quiet, sunlit garden, a young girl sat in her wheelchair. Her legs, though strong once, had betrayed her after the accident. Her eyes, usually full of laughter, now held a shadow of sorrow. Her mother hovered nearby, brushing her hair back and glancing at the sky, hoping for a miracle, anything to see her daughter walk again. The boy approached the garden cautiously, his heart hammering in his chest. He had heard whispers of this girl who could not walk, and he had promised himself something: he would do whatever it took to bring back her smile. He stepped closer, and when her mother turned to shoo him away, he said softly, "Let me dance with your daughter, and I'll make her walk again." The mother laughed nervously, a laugh tinged with despair. "Do you even know her? Do you even know what you're asking?" she said. But the boy's eyes, dark and unflinching, met hers with a conviction she couldn't ignore. "I don't know how," he admitted, "but I know she can. I can help her, if you let me try." Something in the boy's voice, in his unwavering belief, stirred a spark of hope in her chest. Hesitant but desperate, she agreed. The next day, he returned with nothing but a small wooden music box and a smile that seemed to hold the sun itself. The girl looked at him warily, unsure what to make of this strange boy with bare feet and an air of confidence that didn't belong to someone so young. "We can start slow," he said, "just follow my rhythm." He played the music box, and the room filled with gentle, lilting notes. Then he moved, dancing in a way that seemed almost impossible for someone so thin and fragile. But there was a magic in his movements, a rhythm that whispered of hope, persistence, and belief. Hesitant at first, the girl tried to sway along, her arms trembling. The boy encouraged her with every step, every beat, and slowly, she felt a strange warmth in her legs, a tingling she hadn't felt in years. Days turned into weeks, and the sessions continued. The mother watched, heart torn between disbelief and hope. The boy never pushed, never shouted, only danced with her, whispered encouragement, and told her that her legs remembered the joy they once knew. And one morning, in the soft glow of sunrise, the girl took a trembling step out of her wheelchair. Then another. And another, until she was standing, swaying gently to the music. Tears streamed down her mother's face as the girl laughed, the sound breaking through years of fear and sorrow. The boy smiled too, but he didn't stop dancing. For him, this was never about applause or recognition, it was about giving someone the life they deserved. But happiness was not without its trials. A local doctor, skeptical of the boy's methods, threatened to intervene, warning that she could hurt herself if she tried to walk without proper therapy. The mother faced a choice: trust the traditional, clinical path, or trust the boy who had already performed a miracle with nothing but faith and music. After many sleepless nights, she chose to follow her heart, believing that hope sometimes defies logic. Together, they faced the challenges. The girl stumbled, fell, and doubted herself countless times. The boy never left her side, always dancing, always encouraging. And slowly, step by step, her strength returned, not just physically, but emotionally. She found courage, resilience, and the joy of living again. By the end of the summer, she walked fully on her own, running in the garden, spinning with laughter echoing into the sky. The boy, now a friend and hero in her eyes, watched from the shadows, his mission complete. And though he disappeared as quietly as he had arrived, he left behind a legacy of hope and the undeniable truth that belief, kindness, and persistence could work miracles. The mother, once skeptical and weary, learned the most profound lesson of all: miracles do not always come with logic or reason, they often come in the form of someone who believes when no one else does. And in that belief, even the impossible becomes possible. The girl never forgot the boy who danced her back into life, and years later, she would tell the story to everyone who needed hope, reminding them that sometimes, all it takes is a single heart daring to believe, a single hand daring to guide, and a single step that leads to freedom.